I'm back with another video, folks, and today's video we're gonna be looking at the Bachmann 2025 catalog, new for this year. And yeah, while I was at the Amherst show this year in Springfield, Massachusetts, that when I saw the Bachmann display and everything, Bachmann was giving these away at the Amherst show for free, so I grabbed myself one, and yeah. But I had a nice time at the Amherst show and all that, folks, in Springfield, Massachusetts. I heard that it's ranked the #1 largest train show in America, where you got people coming from all over the country and all over Canada just to go to the show every year. And yeah, I'm so happy and thankful that I finally got to go this year of 2025. I had a really nice time and everything, and yeah, I still have to. Yeah, now that I have done my other unboxing videos from what I got at the Amherst show in Springfield, Massachusetts, that yeah, since I have done my other unboxing videos, that I still have a few more to do. What I also got at the Amherst show as well. I still have a few more unboxing videos to do. But yeah, those I'll get to eventually. And yeah. So yeah, I still gotta yeah, do that and everything. So we just gotta see what happens. And uh so also too, folks, yeah, so I just want to mention one thing that um yeah, so the one thing I want to mention, folks, is yeah, so the Thomas and Friends items, yeah, so yeah, since I have HO Scale Bachmann of Thomas and Friends, O Scale Lionel of Thomas and Friends, and now I have yeah, now I have N Scale Bachmann, Thomas and Friends, and now HO Narrow Gauge Bachmann, Thomas and Friends, of like that whole entire Scarlet collection though, but only some though. Not the whole entire collection, yeah, but only some. That yeah, yeah, I still like yeah, I just want to say though they since I like yeah since those are the four collections of Thomas and Friends and model scales that I collect though, that there's still a lot of items out there. Yeah, there's yeah, there's still a lot of Thomas and Friends. Yeah, yeah, there's still a lot of Thomas and Friends items out there that are discontinued currently on sale and coming out in the future. Only the one, because these are only the ones that count, folks. So yeah, like, the only ones that count, folks, are yeah, the only Thomas items that count are the ones that I already do not have yet that count, because like the ones that do not count, I just do not collect the ones that do not count. I mean, it's all on my community thing and everything. If you guys want to check it out, yeah, check it out if you guys want to. It's on my YouTube community thing. That it just says on there and everything, like the scaled trains that I collect and like type of trains and those scales that I collect and do not collect, what I might change my mind about and everything, and like scales of like and like scales that I may or may not collect, and like scales that I'll never collect in my life for model trains. That it's all on there if you want to check it out, folks. And yeah, because I just want to say that yeah, I just want to say, folks, that yeah, so like I'm still on the hunt. Yeah, I'm still on the hunt to find all the Thomas items in HO Scale Bachmann, O Scale Lionel, N Scale Bachmann, and HO Narrow Gauge Bachmann. I'm still on the hunt to find all four of those collections, of all those items in all four of those collections. Only the ones that count that I do not have yet, because the ones that do not count, I'm not collecting, as I either got them separately or in a set, or it's a remake of something, like depending like what it is though, because with the or if it's like a remake of something, like a redesign that I do not have the opposite of, rather it's the OG or the redesign. Like if it's something like that, that's like one thing though. But if I want to get like an extra something, which I want to get another, I want to give myself an extra red coach. Like that's like one thing though too and everything. But as for like the rest of like the items and everything though, that they know as of like the rest of the items and everything that yeah, as for like the rest of the Thomas and Friends items, the ones that do not count, yeah, I'm just not gonna get the Thomas and Friends items that do not count as I pretty much already have them and everything. So yeah, but more importantly, I'm more getting the Thomas items that count, the ones that I do not have that are discontinued, currently on sale and coming out in the future. In all four of these scales, such as HO Scale Bachmann, O Scale Lionel, N Scale Bachmann, and HO Narrow Gauge Bachmann. All four of those collections right there of Thomas and Friends, of like engines, rolling stock, scenery, you name it, action figures, accessory. That basically I want to collect all four of these Thomas and Friends collections right here. I want to complete all four of these Thomas collections right here in these model scales. So yeah, HO Scale Bachmann right here. I want to collect all I want to collect every single Thomas item in all. Yeah, in HO Scale Bachmann right here. I want to collect all the Thomas items in HO Scale Bachmann. Complete the entire HO Bachmann collection of Thomas and Friends. I want to complete the entire collection of right here, where I'll have every single item that's discontinued, currently on sale and coming out in the future. Same with O Scale Lionel right here. Same thing as this one. And N Scale Bachmann, same thing. HO Narrow Gauge Bachmann, same thing. So yeah, I want to complete all four of those entire Thomas and Friends collections right there, where I'll have every single item in all four of those collections completed. Meaning that I can put a check mark that once I have completed the entire collections and everything, or whichever collection I complete first and everything out of the four, that I can put a check mark in it. Because once I put a check mark, yeah, once I list off the check mark and everything for like one of the four scales and everything, whether it starts off as one or like all of them, all four of them, then basically once you guys like see the check mark and everything, that'll mean that I have completed the entire like collection and everything out of the four. So yeah. So let's say HO Scale Bachmann, for example, like once I put the check mark up, once I give it the check mark for the HO Scale Bachmann collection of Thomas and Friends, only the ones that count, that'll mean that'll have every single item of Thomas and Friends and HO Scale Bachmann that's discontinued, currently on sale and coming out in the future. Because if I end up collecting all three of the collections, all the other three collections as well, that once I put the check mark on for all three of those other collections too of Thomas and Friends, O Scale Lionel, N Scale Bachmann, and HO Narrow Gauge Bachmann, that once I have check mark all four of the Thomas collections, that'll mean that I have completed all four of the entire collections, where I now have every single Thomas item in all four of those collections. So yeah, because yeah, that's the goal for me, that I want to collect all four of those Thomas and Friends collections right there and have every single item. Yeah, if I end up not being able to find all of them, I'll be okay with that though. I won't be upset or anything. But the only hard ones are going to be to find will be the discontinued items in all four of those collections of HO Scale Bachmann, O Scale Lionel, N Scale Bachmann, and HO Narrow Gauge Bachmann. Yeah, the discontinued items of Thomas and Friends. And remember, guys, I'm only getting the Thomas items in these four collections, only the ones that count that I do not have though. I'm not getting the ones that do not count. And what else? And then yes, like hopefully, yeah. I mean, I think mostly it's just gonna be a little bit hard. It's probably just gonna be harder to find them. It's just gonna be harder to find the discontinued items in all four of the scales. Basically, because yeah, let's just say if I end up finding all the items that are currently on sale and coming out in the future in all four of the scales, then yeah, I'll be okay with that though. If I'm not able to find, well, maybe I'll be able to find some discontinued items, but probably not like all of them though. But if I end up finding all the discontinued items, in all four of the scales, then that'll be a bigger celebration right there. Then that way I can put the put a check mark. I can leave a check mark at those collections as well and everything, saying that I have completed all four of the entire collections and everything, that I now have every single item in all four of those collections. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, folks. And hopefully I can make that happen though, because that's the goal for me, as I am a humongous Thomas and Friends fan. But yeah, you just never know though, and everything. And it's all on my YouTube community thing and everything, if you guys want to check it out, with the trains I collect and not collect. Yeah, it's all on there, folks, if you want to check it out on my YouTube community thing. And so hopefully I can find all the Thomas items in these four scales, only the ones that count, that I do not have yet, that are discontinued, currently on sale and coming out in the future. Yeah, hopefully I can find all of the items in all four of these scales, in HO Scale Bachmann, O Scale Lionel, N Scale Bachmann, and HO Narrow Gauge Bachmann. Hopefully I can find every single item in all four of these collections right here. Hopefully I'm just hoping I can find every single Thomas item in HO Scale Bachmann right here, every single item right here, every single item right here in O Scale Lionel, every single item right here in N Scale Bachmann. Same thing with HO Narrow Gauge. Basically, hopefully I can complete all four of these Thomas and Friends collections right here. So that way I can say I have every single item, meaning that all four of those collections will be completed. That'll have every single item in all four of those collections. So yeah, hopefully I can make that happen one day, because I think the only thing that's going to be hard to find out of all of them are going to be the discontinued items. The discontinued ones are going to be the only hard ones to find, as they're pretty much in retirement and everything. So yeah, those are going to be the only harder ones to find, are the discontinued ones in all four of the scales. So because yeah, if I end up getting only the ones that are currently on sale and coming out in the future in all four of the scales, I'll be okay with that too, and I won't be disappointed at all. Yeah, because the discontinued items I can understand because with the discontinued items that are pretty much in retirement, I can understand though and everything though. Yeah, I can understand that and everything though, because they're pretty much not around as much anymore and everything, because they're pretty much in retirement though and everything. But yeah, I'm still not giving my hopes up and everything, because if I end up only finding the ones currently on sale and coming out in the future in all four of the scales, that'll still be a big celebration right there. But if I'm able to find all the discontinued, if I'm able to find all the discontinued items as well, in either just one or two scales, or three scales, or even all four scales, but mostly all four scales, that it'll be a bigger celebration right there. And I cannot wait for that day to come, if it ever happens, because that'll mean I will have made history and completed all four of the entire collections of Thomas and Friends. Only the ones that count, that I do not have yet. So yeah. So yeah, hopefully that happens one day. And if I'm able to not find all of them, I'm not going to get upset over it or anything if I'm not able to find all of them. But yeah, we just got to see what happens and everything though. So yeah. And I just more think it's going to be harder to find the discontinued ones. That's pretty much it though. But I might get lucky and find a couple discontinued ones, but I don't know if I'll be able to find all of them though. But yeah, we just got to see what happens though. And but no, I'm very confident I'm going to find all the items that are currently on sale and coming out in the future in all four of the scales of Thomas and Friends that I just mentioned. I'm very confident I'm going to find those ones. But as for the discontinued items in all four of those scales, all the discontinued items in all four of those scales of Thomas and Friends, maybe I'll find a couple or a few of them, but But yeah, if I'm able to find all of them as well, along with the currently on sale coming out in the future items, then that'll be a bigger celebration right there. Especially if I can complete all 4 of the entire collections of Thomas and Friends. That'll be the bigger celebration right there and everything. And yeah, I just cannot wait for that day to come. So yeah, hopefully it happens and everything. So yeah, while I still do that and everything, because I know I explained it many times in my other videos. So yeah, while I still do that, I still collect some like other trains and everything though and everything. Yeah, because like there are some not related Thomas items I do and do not collect, and like the other scales and everything of like HO scale and O scale. I explained to you guys like too and all that. But it's all on there on my YouTube community thing if you want to like go on there and like see for yourself like what I collect and do not collect, and what I may or may not collect. It's like all on there on my YouTube community thing if you guys want to check it out. So yeah, so basically me collecting the Thomas items in HO Scale Bachmann, O Scale Lionel, HO Narrow Gauge Bachmann, and N Scale Bachmann. That since I mentioned completing all 4 of those Thomas collections, the items in those collections that are discontinued, currently on sale and coming out in the future, that now that I have, of the items that count only that I do not have yet, now that I've gotten that off my chest with Thomas and Friends, yeah, hopefully I can complete all 4 of the collections, folks, because that's the goal right there. And if not, then I'll be okay with that though, but I'm still not giving up my hopes though. Yeah, because the goal is for me to complete all 4 of the collections of Thomas and Friends that count, because I'm just not going to get the ones that do not count. So yeah, so basically folks, yeah, now that I gotten that off my chest though, yeah, I can yeah, let's look through the 2025 catalog book now. So yeah, here's, I'll show you guys on here what I do not have yet. So yeah, once again folks, yeah, it's all on my YouTube community thing if you guys want to check it out. And everything of like the items of like Thomas and everything, the scales that I collect and everything and don't collect, what I may or may not collect. Yeah, it's all on there and everything. So yeah. Alright, yeah, so this yeah, so I'll show you guys the items that I do and do not have. So yeah, we have this one though, but I got the older one, and this right here was my first HO scale train set right here, the Thomas and Annie and Clarabelle set. Is the item number is 00642, but it came in like the yellow and blue packaging like that. It came in like the other box though, not this one. This is like the newer packaging. And yeah, we do not have this one yet though, as it just was announced. And yeah, we got that one, not that one. Yeah, this doesn't count though. This right here doesn't count because I already have this in the Whistle and Chuff with the Troublesome Trucks, Thomas and Friends. So yeah, that one doesn't count. That doesn't count as I already got it as the Thomas, Annie, and Clarabelle set, so that doesn't count. But this Thomas one definitely counts though, as it's DCC. And the Percy one too. These two, I'm so excited for these two, folks. These ones I'm looking forward to. So yeah, like these two I'm looking forward to. I'm sure a lot of people are, because a few people that I talked to at the Amherst show in Springfield, Massachusetts, that know. So like one guy told me that he said that he also grabbed himself I also saw that he got himself a Bachmann catalog book too, of this one right here, 2025, and yeah, so yeah, I remember people were saying though, and yeah, he was saying too that he was excited for these two to come out right here. But yeah, I don't know, but I just don't know though if it's gonna be like with the Thomas one. I just don't know if these two are gonna have like the same sound system as like the Thomas one right here that I already have in the Whistle and Chuff set, not the one separately. Yeah, I'm just not sure though, folks, but I think it's gonna be the same sound system and everything. But yeah, we just gotta see how it runs of it. I'm sure these two should be able to run on Bachmann Easy Track. I'm sure they should be able to, but But either way, I'm still getting them though, because these two are in my collection that I do not have yet. For my these two are in my HO Bachmann collection as of items that I do not have yet. So yeah, I'm still getting them either way though. But yeah, it looks like they can run. So these ones were just announced. Yeah, this one I'm excited for this one too. But yeah, like mainland diesel. I don't know though. The mainland diesel, I mean, I'm not quite sure yet though. But Sydney, I'm definitely excited for because I definitely predicted them though. But right now in the moment, I'm more excited for Stanley though. Stanley, I cannot wait to get, because when I saw him on display at Amherst on the Bachmann display, I like to see him finally in person. Oh my God, people, rail fans out there, he was, oh my God, he was just gorgeous. That white pop and everything like that he has and everything, his like white paint scheme and those red wheels at the bottom. I mean, come on now, nah, Stanley would. Oh yeah, look at that. You know what? Stanley would go perfect with the red coaches right here. Even the red mail cars, anything red, Stanley would go perfect with. And you know what? You know what, guys? Once I get Stanley, I'm actually gonna test him out with the red express coaches up here. I'm gonna test Stanley out with the red express coaches, see if he can like see how many like he can pull and everything. But yeah, but I guarantee Stanley could probably pull like two of them. So I figure I'll give him one. I figure I'll probably give him like one Red Express coach and one Red Express brake coach to pull. But yeah, he would definitely. And even Stanley would go good too with the raspberry tank and the red wagon. Anything red, Stanley would go good with. And yeah, the milk tank right here. This was unexpected. Yeah, these ones were definitely rumored too on Wicked Fan. Now, if you guys do not know what Wicked Fan is, Wicked Fan is the same thing kind of as Wikipedia, but on Wicked Fan, like whatever you're trying to search for, like they give you like more like detailed like, information about like, the entire history of it and everything, because that's why I use Wicked Fan for Thomas and Friends Bachmann, so I can see on there like what they have to offer for Thomas and Friends Bachmann. And sure enough, every time I'm on there and I'm looking through and I see that there's new items that are announced out there, usually when I'm on there and everything, they usually give the correct information and everything. And I saw that, and yeah, like once I predicted because yeah, after I predicted Sydney to be made in HO Scale Bachmann, I saw that they were gonna that it was rumored that they might be making Sydney, mainland diesel, and all three of these right here. But sure enough, yeah, I mean, yeah, I felt that I was gonna get my prediction right about Sydney, but I did not want to believe the rumors yet on Wicked Fan just yet until I seen it in like the newer Bachmann catalog book and everything. Because yeah, that's what I usually do every year when it comes to that though, and usually they're correct every single time. So yeah, usually they're correct every single time. And for another year in a row, like Wicked Fan was definitely correct for another year in a row. Like all three of these right here were rumored before the Bachmann catalog book of 2025 came out. Mainland Diesel and Sydney were announced too, like rumored to be coming out. And sure enough, so Wicked Fan got those 5 correct. That the rumors on all 5 of those were true. That Bachmann's making them. And yeah, so. And also, yeah, it makes it better that that is a discontinued item that's coming back. So yeah, so that'll be cool though. Oh, and I see that it looks like they added more detail to it too. Now it says tar right there. Yeah, it's a different item number and everything. And yeah, so these 3 Wicked Fan had right. The mainland diesel and Sydney, they got those 2 right as well. So yeah, those 2 they got correct. Yeah, basically all 5 of those they got correct. But what they had hidden, basically they had hidden the 12-ton van troublesome truck 7, the two 80th anniversary box cards, the Thomas and Friends they had hidden, and the milk tank right here they had hidden, and the 80th anniversary Thomas set they had hidden too. So basically, those ones right there were basically hidden as like a surprise, I would have to think. Yeah, those I just did not see coming, because when I looked through once I grabbed myself one of these at the Amherst show in Springfield, Massachusetts last week, at the Bachmann display, since they were giving them away for free, and I grabbed myself one, that while I was already looking through these, like I figured they were gonna do something. They were gonna have something in there for the 80th anniversary, and sure enough, I thought it was, and sure enough, the minute I came across that 80th anniversary Thomas set, like I knew something was up. I'm like, holy moly, there is absolutely no way, like no way. I was just shocked though. Like folks, I could not even say a word for like probably like 5 or 10 minutes. Just how amazingly shocked I was. Just how surprised, like shockingly surprised I was. Just how what they did with the 80th anniversary set. That I thought we were gonna get at least one thing out of it for the 80th anniversary set. But as I'm still looking through, then I see that yes, that once I see Sydney's on there and everything, I literally jumped for joy. I was just so happy that I got Sydney correct and everything, because that was my prediction. Sydney was my prediction for Bachmann to make, and yeah, I got him right. And I saw the mainland diesel was on there too, and the other three right here, I saw they were on there too. So I said to myself, all right, so not only did I get one of my predictions correct about Sydney, that basically I see that besides Sydney being rumored on Wicked Fan, along with 4 other items that were rumored as well, basically all 5 of them, including Sydney, the rumors were true about them on Wicked Fan. And yeah, so, and then as I'm still going through and everything with the Thomas catalog for HO Scale Bachmann, folks, I'm just like, once I start going through and I see like the milk tank, I thought for a second it was the remake of the Tidmouth milk tank, which is right here. I thought we were getting a remake of the Tidmouth milk right here, but no, I'm like, wait a minute. And then when I see that it says new and everything, and I see that it says price to be announced, I'm like, oh wait, that's a new item. And I'm saying to myself, wait a minute, that was never on Wicked Fan at all. So that was totally like not out there. That they definitely kept a surprise. So yeah, no, I think this year, folks, for Thomas and Friends of 2025, it's like something kind of tells me it looks like this year it might be like the makeup year for it. I think this might be the makeup year for Thomas and Friends, I think. Because who would have thought they were going to go this far? Like, cause I'm just blown away. It's like, let me count the pages. Let me count all the pages for the Bachmann HO Scale Thomas and Friends. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 11 pages. Basically, like 8 or 11 pages for the Bachmann catalog for Thomas and Friends and HO Scale Bachmann. Now for the HO Narrow Gauge, it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's like 3 pages for the HO Narrow Gauge. Like this is just incredible, folks. I did not think they were gonna go this far. And no, and then Then I see that they're then I see that they're making, no, and then once I flipped to this page and I saw that these ones were rumored, I'm like, all right, so I gave the credit to Wicked Fan because they gave us the correct information about that, and I see they gave this one a little bit more detail, which I'm actually kind of happy that they gave it a little bit more detail, because when I first saw a picture of it and everything that people were announcing on YouTube what the rumored item was and everything that they were going to be making Bachmann, that I saw like the detail to it and everything. It was just like an open red wagon with like some like, I forgot what that was. It was something different inside, like the hopper and everything, or the wagon, whatever. I see they added more detail to it though, but I think this one looks better anyways. This one, since they added more to it, it looks like this one I like. This one I like that they added more detail to it though. It looks better than what it did originally. But yeah, still that one was correct and everything, but before I could even come across these and everything, knowing that these were, knowing that they got these correct and everything, that folks, right here. Now this, literally, oh my God. Now literally, I was just, oh my God. I was just so happy and everything. And I'm like, no, it can't be real. Like, it cannot be real that Bachmann has literally took this to the next level. Because I don't know, folks. Because to me, this feels like that this might be like the makeup year for Bachmann. But I don't know that though and everything, or if they're just doing it just this year because they're going that big with a Thomas and Friends. So yeah, I'm just like, I was just blown away when I saw these, and I just did not think that they were going to go that far. I did not think they were going to go that far. Yeah, you see, I'm getting goosebumps right now just thinking about that. I really am. It's just amazing, folks. It really is. So yeah, yes, yeah. All these ones right here we do not have yet, though. Well, I do not have all 5 of these ones right here just yet, as they were just announced. These 2 I already have. This one these 2 right here I have. This one right here I do not have. This one I have, and this one I do not have though, because this one. Then I'm looking up the page and everything, and this just catches my eye too, and I'm like, and I'm like, and I'm like, wow, and I'm just saying to myself, I'm just saying to myself, like, oh my God, like Bachmann has literally, given us a Thomas show for like what they're doing with this year, because last year in 2024, like 2024 was definitely a good year and everything. It was big and everything, but I always had a feeling that something was just spinning in my little head. Yeah, something was just spinning in my head, that I had some kind of feeling that they were going to go all in for the Thomas 80th anniversary. That something was telling me that the 80th anniversary was going to be big and everything. But ladies and gentlemen, I never, ever thought that they were going to go this far. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think and everything, because I'm just still blown away. So yeah, let me say it one more time, folks, because let me say it one more time, ladies and gentlemen, that I know I have it in my YouTube community thing and everything, of like the scale trains that I collect, of type of trains that I collect in those scales and do not collect in those scales, and scales that I may or may not collect, and scales that I do not collect. That, yeah, it's all in my YouTube community thing, and like some things on there that I might change my mind about, so and so, if this happens or whatever, this and that, blah 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 blah. It's all on there, folks. If you want to check it out, my YouTube community thing, because before I mention this one more time, that yeah, like the Thomas items that do not count, I'm not gonna get the Thomas items, and yeah, I'm not gonna get the Thomas items that do not count as I either got them separately or in a set, or it's like already like a remake or some, just like depends like what it is and everything and all that and how I feel about it. Yeah, but more importantly, I'm just not getting the Thomas items that do not count, as I pretty much already have them in a set or separately and all that. And also, what also doesn't count more, what also doesn't count more is Thomas All Engines Go. Anything Thomas All Engines Go doesn't count at all, folks. Yeah, I mentioned that too because it's all on my YouTube community thing of like anything Thomas All Engines Go doesn't count at all. So yeah, so what I will mention one more time. So yeah, since I said that, what I will mention one more time is like all the Thomas and Friends items, all the Thomas and Friends items of engines, rolling stock, scenery, like redesigns or like action figures or accessory whatever, or like basically non-real characters that are like Terrence the Tractor, Birdie the Bus, and Jeremy, things like that. And like Sir Topham Hat like that. Or well, Sir Topham Hat's an action figure, and same with Farmer McCall. So basically, yeah, so with those, I'm still trying to find all Thomas items in these 4 scales that are discontinued, currently on sale and coming out in the future. And with those 4 scales of Thomas and Friends of the items that count that I do not have though, that is HO Scale Bachmann, HO Scale Bachmann, O Scale Lionel, N Scale Bachmann, and HO Narrow Gauge Bachmann. All 4 of those scales right there. The goal for me is to complete all 4 of those scales right there of Thomas and Friends models of those 4 scales right there, or those collections. The goal for me is to complete all 4 of those Thomas and Friends collections right there in those 4 scales. Right here, HO Scale Bachmann. I'm still trying to, yeah, right here, HO Scale Bachmann. I'm trying to collect all the items discontinued, currently on sale and coming out in the future with Thomas and Friends right here in HO Scale Bachmann. I'm trying to get all the items for this collection. And same goes with O Scale Lionel as well. I'm trying to get all the Thomas items in this collection as well. So I want to complete this collection too. And yeah, with O Scale Lionel, when I say coming out in the future, the only thing that's coming out in the future is the 80th anniversary box car of Thomas and Friends. So yeah, and then N Scale Bachmann, since they just started making N Scale Bachmann to Thomas and Friends of Bachmann, that in 2020 or 2021, that there's nothing discontinued yet with N Scale Bachmann and Thomas and Friends since they just started making them. So yeah, I wanna complete the entire collection for the N Scale Bachmann too of Thomas and Friends, and the HO Narrow Gauge. Yes, there's items discontinued currently on sale coming out in the future for HO Narrow Gauge Bachmann 2 of that Scarlet collection, that whole entire collection. So yeah, basically they got like all 4 of those collections right there, Thomas and Friends, HO Scale Bachmann, O Scale Lionel, N Scale Bachmann, and HO Narrow Gauge Bachmann. I'm still trying to find all items of everything of Thomas and Friends that do count that I do not have yet in all 4 of those collections. So yeah, hopefully I can complete the entire 4 collections and everything where I'll have every single item in all 4 of those collections that are discontinued, currently on sale and coming out in the future. Just hopefully I can, because that's the goal though. And if I'm not able to find all of them, I'll be okay with that. If I'm not able to find all of them in all 4 of those collections of those scales, those 4 scales, I'll be okay with that. I won't be upset or anything. But yeah, I think the only ones that are going to be the hardest to find, the harder ones to find, will be the discontinued ones in all 4 of those collections. I think those are going to be the only harder ones to find. Yeah, those are going to be the only hard ones to find. Yeah, the only hard ones are going to be to find will be the discontinued items only. Those are going to be the only hard ones to find, will be the discontinued items. Because if I end up finding all of the items in all 4 of the scales that are currently on sale and coming out in the future, in all 4 of the scales, that I'll be okay with that too. If I end up finding all of those in those scales, and maybe some discontinued items in all 4 of the scales as well and everything, that so yeah, that'll still be a big celebration right there either way. But now, if I end up finding all of the discontinued items in all 4 of the collections, or rather it's just like 1 or 2 collections, or 3 collections, or even all 4 collections, that if I end up finding all 4 like entire collections, meaning if I end up finding all the discontinued items as well in all 4 of the collections, along with the ones currently on sale and coming out in the future, if I end up finding all those ones, if I end up finding all the discontinued items as well in all 4 of the collections, along with the others of Thomas and Friends, that'll be even a bigger celebration right there. And yeah, that's probably going to be one of my favorite videos to film of all time. And yeah, so yeah, you just never know this. Yeah, like hopefully that can happen though. But yeah, that's always gonna still be the goal for me and everything though, is to complete all 4 of the collections, of Thomas and Friends, of everything that I do not have yet though, that do count. So yeah, that's still the goal and everything though. So and it's all on my YouTube community thing though, too, and everything. If you guys want to check it out though, like it's all on there too, like how I kind of explained too, like all like the items discontinued, currently on sale, coming out in the future that I want to collect, and all 4 of the scales and everything. So yeah. But yeah, no. So yeah, now that I said that though and everything, yeah, I mean, yeah. So like while I still try to find all the Thomas items in HO Scale Bachmann, O Scale Lionel, N Scale Bachmann, and HO Narrow Gauge Bachmann, as I still try to find all 4 of the entire collections of Thomas and Friends, meaning every single item, so I can complete all 4 of those collections. Because like I said, the only hard ones to find will be the discontinued ones in all 4 of the collections, but the ones currently on sale and coming out in the future will be the easier ones. But just the discontinued ones are going to be the harder ones to find. But yeah, because if I end up finding all the discontinued items as well, whether it's only in 1 or 2 scales, 3 scales out of the 4 scales, or even all 4 scales, that's still going to be a big celebration right there. Then I can finally put the check mark. Then I can finally leave it as a check mark that the entire collections are completed, all 4 of them. So yeah. Yeah, so like while I still, cause yeah, I won't be upset if I'm not able to find all of them, because I do know that it's probably going to be just the ones discontinued that are going to be the harder ones to find. But if I end up finding those ones too, the discontinued ones, that'll be a bigger celebration right there. So I'm not giving up my hopes just yet though. So yeah, like while I still try to collect all the Thomas items in all 4 of the collections, while I still try to collect all the Thomas items in all 4 of those collections, so I can complete all 4 of those collections, that while I still do that and everything, as that's still the goal and everything, that I still collect some not related. I still do collect some not related Thomas items in HO scale, and N scale. I'll probably start collecting some not related Thomas items too in N scale, and HO Narrow Gauge, I do not collect any not related Thomas items in HO Narrow Gauge. Yeah, HO Narrow Gauge, I do not collect not related Thomas items in HO Narrow Gauge. And for O Scale, I said that I may or may not, but if I do start collecting some not related Thomas items in O Scale, after I've collected the entire Thomas collection of O Scale Lionel and everything, that maybe I'll start collecting some not related Thomas items as well. Only the ones that I'm interested in, but the ones that I'm not interested in, I might or may not change my mind about it though, but we'll see. Because currently the only not related Thomas item in O Scale I'm trying to find is this Amtrak Rail King set that has an Ampli Coach and Ampli Cafe card. That is also discontinued, but yeah, that's the only not related Thomas item I'm trying to find in O Scale, is that one. So, because yeah, I more do HO Scale than I do with like O Scale and like N Scale at the moment, and HO Narrow Gauge too. Yeah. So yeah, folks. So yeah, basically it's all on my YouTube community thing though and everything. If you guys want to check it out, it's like all on there though, what I collect and like do not collect, what I may or may not collect and everything. So yeah, now that I got all that off my chest and everything, that yeah, let me go through like the rest of like the book and everything. So yeah, look at this. Oh, is it? Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, the I forgot to mention too, like the all the action figures too. So yeah, like we got 6 of them and everything. So yeah, I think these are all coming out February 28th, I believe, because I saw this on Train World that I think these are coming out February 28th. But yeah, I got these on my list too as of items in my HO Scale Bachmann list that I do not have yet for my Thomas collection, HO Scale Bachmann, that I do not have these 6 yet. But once these come out, I will be getting them. And Bulgy I'll be getting 2. Top Hat's car I already have. Cranky I already have. Terrence the Tractor I do not have yet in Bachmann. Good Doctor I already got at the Amherst show. Yeah, I mentioned Cranky. Sir Topham Hatt, Harold, and Birdie I do not have yet in Bachmann, which I want to try to find the Thomas and Friends special set, the deluxe one. That way so I can get more track and yeah, have them come with that way. Because I explained that too, how I want to get that too and everything. Jeremy already got. And Timosheds we already have, but yeah, this is the other Timosheds. Like my Timosheds is the one where you gotta like, yeah, my Timosheds is this one right here, folks. I'll show you. Yeah, so the Timosheds that I have is, yeah, I think mine right here is a different item number because the Timosheds that I have is the one that has that. It has that right there where you can like turn it and everything and turn the turntable with and everything. So yeah, because yeah, this is the one that I have and everything where you can like turn it and everything like I'm doing. Where the one on here, hang on. Gotta put the page. Oop. Yeah, so mine's, yeah, so mine is the OG mine is the OG Timosheds that has, yeah, mine's the OG Timosheds that has that green thing right there where you like turn it with. So yeah, mine's the OG one and this one is the newer one and it is a different item number. Like that one's a different item number and this is a different item number as well. So yeah, they're 2 separate item numbers. So that tells me if they're 2 separate item numbers, then something's different about it. So yeah, this one, I think it comes with like that box though, because like this one right here doesn't count at all because since I already have Timosheds, that there's no sense in me in buying another Timosheds, even though it's a different item number and it's got a little bit of changes to it and everything. Like there's no sense in me in buying another Timosheds unless Bachmann was to make N Scale Timosheds, unless they make Timosheds and N Scale. That's one thing, because you know I'll be getting that too. So the Timosheds that is basically doesn't count though, that I just showed you guys in the Bachmann catalog book, which is right here. Yeah, so this one doesn't count though, because this is the one that has that big box right here and all that, and it doesn't have this one at all. And it's basically electric and everything, and you basically operate it, I think, with the remote and everything. But yeah, I think in my personal opinion, I like the one that I have better, which mine's the OG one. I like the one where you can like turn it better. So that's why I have this on my don't count list.